want to give you an explanation of how your child will be graded in PE. Since the beginning of our first lesson, we've been posting a grade level outcome and what a 1, 2, 3, and 4 looks like. So if you go to the front of your lesson on Seesaw and you read it, it'll tell you what your grade level outcome is and a 1 through 4. You may have noticed we've been asking you to send a very similar kind of video every time, especially the last 4 videos. And that's because we're assessing each video you send. So you send it, we see, depending if you're kindergarten, first or second. So for instance, kindergarten, we're looking to see if we can recognize the locomotor skill. And to get a 4 would be showing all 5 are recognizable. In first grade, to earn a 4, you have to show a mature pattern for all 5 skills. And then for second grade, it's to earn a 4 is to show all mature patterns, but you can transition from each skill. So we will have asked, that's why we ask every time for you to send us a video. When we move to our next unit, we have 2 lessons left. 2 lessons left. So that includes this one and the next one. Then we'll be moving to our next unit, which will be throwing. Once we get to the throwing unit, we'll ask you to send a total of 8 videos of your student, or you if you're the student, throwing. I hope that clears anything up, and if you have any questions, put it in on Seesaw. Thanks.
Today's warm-up, we're going to do some dynamic stretching. Okay, remember, find some space that you can work where you're not going to bump into things, and make sure you get parents' permission. If you're going to be outside or wherever you're at, just make sure the parents are okay with it. All right, so for our first stretch, we're going to do jumping jacks. We're going to do 20 of them together. All right, so we start like this. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good job. All right, now we're going to do cross lateral knee touches. So remember, bring your knee all the way up to your elbow. All right, we'll do 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring that elbow all the way across. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, good job. Now we're going to go with arm circles. So you want to vary your arm circles. You go forward. I'm going small right now. And we can go big. Full range of motion we want here. And we're going to go backward, big. And small. There you go. Try to keep it moving. And stop. All right. Now we're going to do our stepping lunges. So remember, when we do our stepping lunges, we're starting with our feet together. I'm going to step forward. I'm going to lunge down. Be nice to your knee. Make sure that your front knee is not beyond your toes. All right, so we're going to do 10 stepping lunges. There's one. Do each leg. Four. All the way down. There's 5. There's that knee. There's 8. There's 9. And there's 10. Good job. All right, next we're going to do high knees. We're going to do about 20 of them. All right, get those knees up. Ready? And go. All right, that's our warm-up.
Thanks, Mr. Ladico, for a great warm-up. Let's get to our workout. First, we're going to do 10 bug squashers. So lay on the ground. And you're going to do whatever it takes to get all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, we have sit-ups. You can keep your legs straight. You can bend them or put them together. I'm going to put them together like this. I'm going to touch the floor behind me and then touch my feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to do Russian twists. You can keep your feet on the floor or try to keep them off the ground. I'm going to try to keep mine off the ground. Put your hands together and you're going to touch each side. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20. Ooh, squat jumps. Feet are shoulder width apart. Don't go down with your chest. Sit back with your hips. Try to touch the ground and then jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, we're going to do 20 mountain climbers. Hands on, like we were about to do a push-up, but start up, bring one foot forward, and switch 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Last one we're going to do is inchworms. So here's what that looks like. You're going to start here. If you have to bend your knees, that's okay. Try to keep them straight if you can. And then walk your hands out. And walk them back. That's 1. 4 more. 2. So if you need to, you can bend your knees and walk them out. And you can bend your knees again, come up. That's 3. Or you have your legs straight, walk them out. 4. 1 more. 5. Now off to your activity. Today's activity, we're going to combine our locomotor skills with different directions and pathways. Let's start with jump. So a regular jump, we do feet shoulder width apart, we throw our arms back, and then when we're about to jump, we throw them forward. Right? Let me do it one more time. And now, we're going to try to start doing things. Let's do directions first. So let's jump sideways, sideways. 2 more times? Okay. Now, our other direction is backwards. We have to be really careful when we're backwards. We need to, 1, make sure we're safe. We need to look behind us to make sure that's okay. And when we jump backwards, sometimes people can fall. So let's start small first. Let's start small. Jump back. I need to check to make sure it's safe behind me. Jump back. Jump back. Let's go back the other way. Jump back. Jump back. Jump back. And next, let's do hop. You know how hop goes. We're on 1 foot. How many feet? 1. 1 foot. Jumping is 2 feet. Hopping is 1. So let's hop on 1 foot using your arms. Bring your knee out in front of us. Now let's try to do it sideways. Back the other way. Switch feet. Go the other way. Let's hop backwards. What did you say? Oh yeah, I gotta check behind me to make sure it's safe. I look behind me, I go on 1 foot, and I try to go backwards. Check behind you, go backwards. And next, we have leap. So remember, leap, I hope on the screen you can see this yellow box on the ground. I'm going to leap over that. So I go off of 1 foot, leap to the other side. Leap to the other side. No, while I was getting ready for this lesson, I didn't try this. I didn't try this to practice because if I look silly, it means it's okay that you look silly. I'm going to attempt my best at leaping sideways. So I'm going to kind of start like in a hop position and swing to the other side for sideways. How can we go a running start? I think you can take a few steps, and your last step you go sideways, leap to the other foot. So here's my best go at leaping with a running start. I don't know if that looked pretty at all. It could have looked not so good, but it's okay, because this one is tough. Let's try it again. Another one I haven't tried is leaping backwards. Make sure you look behind you, it's safe. I'm going to walk, step, leap backwards. Check to make sure it's safe. Walk, step, leap backwards. So just make sure you land on your other foot. Let's try this again. I forgot to check to see if it was safe behind me. I won't forget this time. Go ahead. Whew. Next is gallop. We're going to gallop forwards first. Let's try it out. Switch my feet. Now, we're going to gallop sideways, which is actually called sliding. So, you can face me on the TV, and then we're going to step and bring our feet together. It's called sliding. I also did not try galloping backwards. But the idea is you step and bring your feet together. Step, bring your feet together. This one, since we're moving the whole time, we should constantly look behind us. If you can't do this, it's okay. The only way you'll get better is by practicing more. Let's try it. Whew. We came to maybe the hardest locomotor skill, skipping. Some of you, maybe you cannot do skip yet. So maybe you try to go forwards, and then when we go to backwards and sideways, you try it. If you can't do it at all, then you go back to forwards. So let's just do skipping regular. So remember, skipping is a hop, step, hop, step, hop, step, hop. Getting our knee out in front of us. Now, we're going to try to skip sideways. Here we go. If you're having a hard time, ask your parents if they can do it. There's a chance they can't do this either. So how cool would it be if you did it? Now we're going to skip backwards. Make sure we're looking behind us when we do it. One more time. Here's what I want you to do. We're going to do 3 more locomotor skills, and we're going to add pathways. What are pathways, you ask? Pathways are a path. So if you've ever gone hiking, you have to stay on the gravel path or the dirt path, and it might go straight. So here's a straight, like I'm walking on the line. And I could go sideways straight, and I could go backwards straight. Another is curvy, like a snake. So I could walk forwards curvy, I could walk sideways curvy, or I could even walk backwards curvy. And the last one is zigzag. And when you turn zigzag, it's sharp. So check this out. As I walk forward, I turn really fast. Turn really fast. Turn really fast. So we're going to pick 3 locomotor skills. I'm going to do jump for straight, and you can decide whether you want to go forward, backwards, or sideways. If you go backwards, you need to make sure you're being safe. So let's jump straight. This time I'm going to jump straight. And do it back. Look behind me. Now we're going to do curvy. So I'm going to skip curvy. Like a snake. Not turning too sharply. And last one, we're going to gallop zigzag. Here we go. Turn. 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 And turn. Just because we did forwards, backwards, and skipping, and we did some curvy and zigzag, doesn't mean when you record yourself that I want to see all those different kinds. I just want to see your 5 locomotor skills going forwards and straight. Boys and girls, this has been a really fun unit, and I can't wait to see you next week when we start throwing.